It is here. It is here. What is here? New content! That should appease most people. There is no new content. Epic 7 is dead. Aria's getting nerfed. For all those who care, I am sorry for your loss. But real talk, almost 4 months without a new Moonlight 5-star hero. It was a very interesting experience, but let us agree to not do it again. Summoning new Moonlight heroes is the best part of this game. But anyhow, let's talk about Sylvan Sage Vivian. These are her stats. Right here. In terms of stats, what stand out that she has high attack and above average speed. She's not slow, but not particularly fast either. She does have enough speed to be well fast, which basically leads to her passive skill and her S3 skill. Going to show you her passive. Right here. Insight. She starts with 3 focus at the start of the battle, gains 1 focus at the start of her turn. And when she gets attacked, when expected damage is 25% or more of her maximum health, she uses 1 focus to decrease incoming damage by up to 70%. Skill cooldown is decreased by 1 turn, applies to heroes only. This passive basically means that Sylvan Sage Vivian wants to be attacked. So she's a very good pick for baiting strong dark elemental heroes. 70% damage reduction is huge. Will she survive some of the meta heroes like Hwa-Young's S3 though? Uberastute is added damage after the attack, so I don't think that damage will be decreased. At any rate, with enough bulk and some damage sharing support like Aria, she might be able to pull it off. Very strong protective passive. She's focus dependent though, so she's hard countered by heroes that counter focus gain. Her skill 3, right here. First thing to note, she has a 6 turn cooldown, a very long cooldown, so she wants to be attacked to reduce her cooldown of her S3. She increases critical hit damage to all allies for 2 turns, heals herself based on the target's max health, and increases her attack, which can stack up to 3 times. So Sylvan Sage Vivian is the second hero that can cast an AoE critical hit damage buff, and she gets stronger the longer she stays on the field when she uses her S3. I'm a bit skeptical on how practical that will be. A 6 turn cooldown is really long. She does have an inbuilt S1 to help speed up her cooldown. Going to show her S1. Here. She can increase her speed by 1 turn, and when she soul burns her skill, it will attack all enemies. Nothing too exciting. She could bait heroes that counter to trigger her passive skill, and if she is in trouble health wise, if you use a lifesteal set, she could soul burn her S1 to get her health back up. So is she worth a 4-month Moonlight 5-star hiatus? No, I doubt any Moonlight 5-star would be. If she was broken maybe, but this hero is not the one. Now is she worth the pull? She's a PvP hero. If you use her for PvE, then her passive is completely wasted. She's an offensive support hero. She casts an AoE critical hit damage buff, and she has high attack. So in the right team she can do really high damage. She's a mage, so she can use Takahel's book as her card. That is a plus. Just imagine. Conqueror Lilius vigor buff baiting an extra attack. Lionheart Syrmia self buff her defense. Sage Vivian casts her critical hit damage buff on the team, chaining into Syrmia's 3rd skill. Not going to lie, that sounds like some really hot stuff. It's kind of questionable how good she is against certain meta heroes like Hwa-Young. He might need some support to help her against these types of heroes. Rimuru could be quite dangerous for her as well. I don't know if his additional fixed damage counts as expected damage, but if it does not, then he will just blast her to oblivion. Obviously you do not want Rimuru to copy Sage Vivian's critical hit damage buff. Speaking of her buff can be stripped, and she does not have a strip in her kit, so that's a negative. So with that said, I do not believe she is some must-have top tier hero. She can be very strong with the right team, and she is definitely a nice addition to have. For newer players, she is most likely a hard skip. Consider going for one of the meta heroes instead. The custom banner is still live at the recording of this video, so if you can, you should take advantage. If your team depends on OP heroes that cannot crit like Habayong, then you do not need Sylvan Sage Vivian. In that case, she's a hard skip. Lifesteal set is a good set for her with speed substats. She does want to stay on the field and her cooldown is fairly long. Soul burning her S1 will help her survive. Ideally, you want to use Tagahel's Ancient Book for the souls, however you could use the Chatty card for extra protection. Final verdict is that I think she is a hero worth considering skipping. I do see potential in her though, but she also has quite a few counters. Mediator Cleric and Sylvan Sage Vivian seem to work well together. And I am going to have a wild guess that that is not a coincidence. Alright, that's it. This is Arv, signing out. Do not forget to like, do it now, and I will see you at the next Epic 7 video.